10 pointers to help you ace your assessment centre. So, what is an assessment centre? An assessment centre is used in the final stages of recruitment. An assessment centre is an avenue for employers to see you in action. You'll be tasked with completing a number of activities that assess your suitability both for the role and the hiring organisation. This may involve presentations, case studies and group exercises, which are all frequently included. So here are 10 pointers to get you started. Firstly, gather as much information as possible ahead of time. Knowing what to expect at an assessment centre is essential for your success, so do your homework. Take plenty of practice tests in advance if your itinerary includes aptitudes or skills assessments. Make a list of everything you'll need for the day, and check for any tasks that need to be completed ahead of time. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask the HR department of the company for clarification. Be familiar with the organisation and your role within it. Your application should have given you a good idea of what the role entails, but it's also a strong idea to go over the job description again and highlight the key competencies and attributes required. Importantly, you should also learn about the organisation's core values and where it stands in the market, how it plans to move forward, and how your role will fit in. And as you can see on here on the screen, we have different organisations with different core goals and core values. Go over your application and interview preparation again. You might have already gone through a virtual or in-person interview. If this is the case, solicit input to identify any areas that want improvement or development, as well as those that are on target. This is the most effective strategy to prepare for the interview portion of your assessment day. If you've already been interviewed, thoroughly analyse your application in light of everything you now know about the role, organisation and its values. Plan your presentation. Number 4, plan your presentation ahead of time. If a presentation is required, you may be provided instructions about it ahead of time, as well as the equipment you'll need. Make use of the chance to design and perfect both the content and the presentation itself. Make sure you handle the issue properly and that you know your presentation well enough that you don't need to rely on notes. The more you practice, the more assured you will be. In fact, each time you practice, you increase your skills output by between 15 and 30%, and this compounds. Number 5. Make an excellent first impression. First impressions matter a huge amount on the big day, so arrive early and with everything you need. Make sure you've dressed appropriately. If the company specifies a dress code, stick to it. Equally, different companies have different dress requirements. If you're unsure, always contact the company for confirmation, or speak to us, speak to a support specialist, or have a look online. Number 6. For group practices, adhere to excellent practice. It's critical that you present yourself as a team player. This is one of the main abilities they're looking for. Every team requires a variety of personality types, from those who lead to those who monitor progress. Makes no difference which role you play as long as you contribute effectively to the group dynamic. Work to your strengths and urge others to do the same to ensure maximum participation from everyone. I would strongly recommend that you do a Myers-Briggs test to identify your strengths and your weaknesses before doing a group exercise. Number 7, be prepared for unexpected events. An assessor may, on occasion, adjust the requirements of assignment at the last minute. For example, you may have been requested to prepare a 15-minute presentation, but discover you only have 10 minutes on the day. Clever ruse. This is intended to put your adaptability and resilience to the test, just as you may be expected to do in the workplace and real world. Remain composed, have a plan B, C, D, E, and adapt as much as possible. It is not the strongest species that survives, but the one that is the most able to adapt to change. Take a proactive stance. Candidates who immerse themselves in the experience stand out at assessment centres. Ask questions to demonstrate your passion for the opportunity, and network with the other attendees to demonstrate your social and networking abilities. Grab each opportunity you can to get involved outside the chores and tasks that have been assigned to you. Number 9. Be the best version of yourself possible. Employers can get to know you outside of the interview at assessment centres, so let your personality shine through. A cheerful attitude, a likeable character will help you stand out as a candidate. Avoid negative traits and treat your fellow candidates with the respect that they deserve. They may very well be your future colleagues. Number 10. Modify your strategy for a virtual assessment centre. When participating in a virtual assessment centre, successful communication strategies vary. Assessors will be less sensitive to body language indicators, so pay great attention to how you interact with others, especially on group tasks. Make an effort to speak up whilst also allowing others to. Practice is by far the best way to prepare for a virtual assessment centre. So schedule video conversations with friends, family, a support specialist to test out your approach. We would love to support you with your application. For more support, visit graduateschemesuccess.co.uk.